What's the matter with you guys? What's the matter with you?
I'll make it.
Here's Benny, going to the end zone. Can he make the catch? Yes! Chrebet is magic.
And it's complete for the touchdown. Chrebet, the rookie from Boomer. He grew up in Garfield, New Jersey, 10 minutes from Giant Stadium.
But short of a first down, Chrebet was able to work free. What a move by Wayne Chrebet.
Absolutely unbelievable. You're talking about a kid who is just all heart.
Welcome to the Underdog Jets podcast with Wayne Chrebet and Robbie Sabo. Welcome back, Jets fans, to the Underdog Jets podcast with Wayne Chrebet. I'm Robbie Sabo, and we're back once again. Morgan Moses is the newest Jet, which, again, more depth. Joe Douglas. This is one of the reasons why he doesn't go crazy in free agency. You know, football is a depth sport. You need that. And when guys like Moses become available, you want to have the ammunition to hop all over it. You can't tell the future. You can't look into that crystal ball. So having that ability, that flexibility is huge. Moses is here. We'll dig into a lot of the news, and we'll get to know Wayne Chrebet a little more in terms of what he likes, some of his personal stuff. What's his favorite meal, movie growing up, all that good stuff. Wayne, how's that sound?
Sounds good. I think people might be a little surprised at some of my answers, but we'll go through a bunch of questions that you came up with.
Yeah, the one I know about already, the pregame meal, that one surprised me a little bit.
Yeah,
I got to be honest.
We'll go over it.
Yeah, you will hear, fans. You will hear exactly what it was. But first, the Underdog Jets podcast is brought to you by Bet Online. The month of June is heating up with a ton of exciting sports action, and BetOnline is where you can find it. From basketball and hockey, playoffs to baseball's marquee matchups, including prop bets and futures. BetOnline has all the odds, news, and information for your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next tip-off, face-off, or pitch, head on over to BetOnline and start betting today. BetOnline, your online sports experts. Wayne, Morgan Moses is here. This man has been in Washington. I believe he's a 7-year pro at this point. Yep, 7-year pro. For the last 6 years, he's been a staple at right tackle, and he hasn't missed a game. 3rd round, 2014 draft out of Virginia. By all accounts, not all, by most accounts, you know, when you put him and Fant up at right tackle, most people think it's going to be Moses, but I don't think that's the most important thing here. I think the most important thing here is the competition at the position.
Yeah. I saw when they signed him, looking back, he's an Iron Man. He's played pretty much and started in every game of his career. And that's doesn't really happen like that these days, maybe in the olden days, but a lot of guys can't play every snap, every play. So yeah, he's definitely a great addition. You know, always going to be some competition, with Fant on that side. But like I read, other articles, Fant could still come in and play tight end, be that 6th offensive lineman, which LaFleur used a lot in 49ers, but a lot of teams are using that these days with a good running game.
Yeah, Fant. And Michael Nania of Jets X Factor noted it the other day. He played a lot of tight ends. I mean, call it tight end, call it 6 lineman, swing tackle, whatever you want to call it. The Rex Ryan teams, Schottenheimer teams used Turner, I believe it was, as the 6th lineman with that ground and pound team. Fant has a lot of experience doing it, and he did it a lot in Seattle. I believe 2018, a lot more than the other years, but still, he could really do it. And I think no matter how it shakes out, I think they're really set up for a good run in terms of what's up front with that 5-man unit.
Yeah, and they got depth, which is important. Like I said, some guys can't play every snap, every game. So when you look at the left side with Becton and Vera Tucker, now you got this guy on the right, and then you got some experience inside. I mean, they're putting together a pretty good line, if not one of, I'd say, top 10 in the league right now.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And Fant played per PFF, I believe, from 2018 to 2019. So 2 seasons, 450 snaps at tight end or swing tackle or sixth offensive lineman. So he has a lot of experience doing it. And I think LaFleur will not hesitate at all.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see when camp starts where they line up.
Yeah. And speaking of the O-line, Anthony Munoz, Hall of Famer, had some good things to say about his fellow USC alum, Elijah Vera Tucker, either today or yesterday, really recently. So that's another good thing. Did you ever cross paths with Munoz over the years? I
actually played in a flag football, celebrity flag football game.
I saw that one.
Yeah, he's massive. And, he's gospel. If he's talking about someone good, then you got to listen. But just a tremendous player, one of the top players ever at the position. But it was great to meet him, and had some fun out there with him.
Yeah, him and Boomer are tight, right?
Yeah. Well, we're in Cincinnati together, so they had a long history.
Yep. And the other bit of news we want to hit on before we get to know Wayne Chrebet, the Jets team, in terms of their production, putting together the videos and all that stuff, I think they've been nominated for 11 Emmys, the most nominations of any professional sports team in New York. They tweeted it out about 4 hours ago. This is Wednesday night. You guys will hear it on Thursday morning. So the tip of the cap there. That's pretty good. Yeah,
like I said last week, they come up with some great content. I've been a part of some of it. And so I see firsthand what it's like, in the back scenes of it. And they do a tremendous job. And, the new stuff they have out, the Flight 2021, advise people to check it out, wherever they can find it on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, you really get an inside look. I mean, not a lot of organizations and coaching staffs would be willing to do what they did. I mean, it's not like they're spilling ultra secrets that are going to kill them, but still it takes extra effort.
After the fact, they'll show it, we can't show it live, but they'll show a little bit, what's going on. But, it's good for people to see what these guys and how much time and effort they put into these drafts and free agents.
Right. So credit there. And, hey, we're almost there, almost to training camp. July, what is July tomorrow or today? It's the 30th tonight. So July's here. So off we go. Now it's time to get to know Wayne Chrebet. I have a slew of questions. We'll see where it takes us. I know all of you guys are dying to get to know him. And then we have, I think, one interesting question too, to cap off the episode about a commercial you did in the late 90s, I believe it was, but that's for down the road here.
Let's tell them about the giveaway too. We're going to do.
Yes. The giveaway. Let's talk on that right now, really quick. Wayne, show them, for the people watching on YouTube, show them what it is. It's a signed helmet, I believe, correct?
It's the old school helmet, not the new one. Back when I got it back there, but this is the rookie. When I was a rookie, this is the helmet we wore. So we'll be giving this away.
Yeah. So that is going to be our first giveaway. As we told you when we first started, we're going to do a lot of these. And we're also going to do a lot of subscriber-only content. The plan is almost in place. We're going to let you know when it's fully in place. But this first giveaway, where it's personally signed by number 80, we're teasing it now. We're going to give you the official guidelines and rules next week. So be on the lookout for that for next week's show and on Twitter as well. Follow Wayne. I believe it's Wayne Chrebet, right, on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wayne Chrebet on Twitter and Robbie Sabo on Twitter. Follow us both to keep up with that, because we're going to do a lot of that moving forward. So get to know Wayne Chrebet time. Might be rapid fire, might not. Let's see where it takes us. Favorite pregame meal? I went with the one I know already, I believe.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't eat in the morning for the afternoon games. And whenever I got to my locker, the trainers knew to put a bag of Swedish fish, Tootsie Rolls, and Twizzlers. And that's basically what I ate before the game, fire myself up with a little sugar. I didn't like to eat. I was nervous, or, just that nervous energy. So that was what I ate before games and at halftime. I mean, if we had a night game, maybe I'd have something like pasta and mashed potatoes, but nothing really nothing crazy. Like some guys, the linemen eat steak at halftime, but they don't cut it. They just hold a piece of steak and eat it like it's a slice of pizza. I mean, It's gross, but that's what kind of, the linemen are a little bit different.
See, what I used to 1 o'clock, I can understand, but what about 4 o'clock? Would you not eat all day at the 4 o'clock game?
No, you just sleep in a little bit, relax a little bit, and go to the stadium.
Interesting. And then that's a hell of a combo, huh? Swedish fish,
Tootsie Rolls,
and Twizzlers.
Yeah.
It's not Wade Boggs's fried chicken. I'll give you that. But yeah, I'll give it to you. That's pretty good. Question number 2, favorite movie. Now, obviously, this is one of those questions. It's kind of an annoying question because it's tough to narrow it down to one. So with any of these questions, you could give multiple answers, obviously.
Actually, one of the movies for some reason really enjoys Perks of Being a Wallflower. I read the book, loved the movie. And then you go to, sports movies like Hoosiers, love that. And Warrior. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, the MMA movie about the brothers. Mm-hmm. And some little Steve Carell, Dan in Real Life. Those are some of the movies that I've seen multiple times.
I didn't see Dan in Real Life.
Yeah, it's just a heartwarming movie. It's funny, but I can watch Hoosiers and Rocky and all those, Remember the Titans. Any sports movie I'll watch. Yeah, I
get into rabid arguments with people when they say Hoosiers is not the best sports movie of all time.
Oh, it's classic, man.
It's the best sports movie of all. I think the only one that can rival it is Rudy. Right. And, Hoosiers is the best to me. Raging Bull is great, obviously, Scorsese, but I can't put it fully in the sports class, And
that's never wrong to see it. I mean, you gotta have the DVD of that one.
All right. So favorite TV show, it could be while growing up. It could be now. What do you got?
I loved Breaking Bad when it was out. Went through that pretty good. Game of Thrones. My family got into that. That was intense. And I watched a show called Shameless. I know people have seen that. It's a little racy, but some great characters. So anything makes me laugh or makes me think a little bit. But those are probably my favorite 3.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Breaking Bad. I mean, I watched it from the beginning, and I've watched it multiple times, actually. It's tremendous. Game of Thrones. Did you guys like the last season?
Wasn't as good. A lot of filler episodes, and we weren't exactly happy how it ended. But I know they might come out with a prequel or something like that. But yeah, definitely one of the best shows they've ever had. Yeah,
I think they just ran out of time, to be honest.
Yeah, and if you're from New Jersey, you had to watch The Sopranos when it was out back when.
That's the other thing. The new trailer for the movie that's coming out, The Many Saints of Newark, just came out, and the Jets actually tweeted it out. Oh, not the trailer itself, but tweeted out the existence, like, hey, we're ready for this.
Oh, they're wearing all the Jets gear?
Yes.
I assumed that was from years ago. That's recent?
It was from years ago, but I think the Jets social media team saw the trailer and they just wanted to throw it out there. Because the Jets, as you know, the Jets have such a connection with the Sopranos.
Right.
From episode 1 to, I think, this is actually a true fact, their second ever episode for the Sopranos was the same day of the 1998 AFC Championship game.
Gotcha. And the Mangini was on it.
Yeah, Mangini
was like, call the Manginius or something like that. That's funny. Get a little cameo. But what are you going to do?
Tony and Carmela didn't know who the hell he was. And Tony, graced Mangini with his presence. Favorite team growing up? I think you've mentioned it a couple times, but let's see what you say.
People always come up to me like, I love you, but I'm a Giant fan. And I said, me too. I mean, I grew up a diehard Giants fan, Jets fan too, but Giants was my first love. And I told you, growing up, my dream was to Gatorade Bill Parcells after seeing like Harry Carson, those guys do it. And I got a chance to do it up in Buffalo when we won. I'm not sure what year it was. Got a chance to, in the nice cold weather, Gatorade them a little bit. So, but I grew up watching them. Guys like Lawrence Taylor and Phil Simms and Mark Bavaro and Pepper John, all those guys. I love
Phil McConkey.
McConkey, yeah, all those guys. Those guys were great. That was my guys growing up.
That's crazy. And then Parcells comes over to become your second head coach with the Jets.
Yeah.
Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant has to be Mr. Chow's. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's in the city. They got one down in Florida in Vegas. To some reason, we always go there. Great. There's a place in Red Bank by me. If you ever get down south, called the Bistro. Been going there for like 25 years. It's a place that a lot of people go, but people might not heard of it. And the other one is Tao. I don't know if you ever heard of that one in the city.
No.
Yeah, you don't go to the hot spots, man.
No, I miss all the hot spots. I'm the old 38-year-old.
Red Robin.
I know Red Robin.
Denny's. That's where you go for the Grand Slam breakfast.
Yeah. Denny's, all you could eat buffets.
Yeah. So that's my spots.
Nice. And there was I remember there was a deli in Garfield that it was the NFL Films did a spot with
Fairlawn.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in Fairlawn.
I used to go there.
Is that still open too?
I don't know. I used to live over there like 20 years ago. It's called Benny's. Yeah, I did something there when I did Sports Illustrated, and they did a piece on me in there. Just a normal guy going to like a greasy spoon place. Yeah,
those I don't know the hot spots. That's why that appealed to me. All right. So favorite meal going off the restaurant.
Well, I'm a big chicken fan. I don't eat much red meat and stuff like that, pasta, but chicken parm is my favorite. Chicken quesadillas. If I go to a spot, that's the first thing I'm looking for. I could eat pizza any day of the week.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with pizza or chicken. Favorite teammate. This is going to be tough. Yeah, I expect a few names.
Yeah, I can't name this one. The person I'm most in touch with is Lavernius. I go down and visit him when I can. He comes up here. But, other guys I speak to a lot now are still Vinny and Anthony Bett. Those guys I enjoy. But, there's tons of guys for different reasons. Obviously, it's me, Lavernius, and Santana was that crew. And Vinny and Chad was my guys at quarterback. But there's other guys that only played with us for a year. I loved playing with Steve Atwater. I want to get hit by him, but he's a great guy. Pepper Johnson, he came there a little bit. And one of the craziest guys as far as playing and just, great athlete and just crazy mentality was Brian Cox. He got at me a little bit when he was with the Miami and, but when he got a chance to come play with him, I love playing with him. I think he broke his leg in one game and he continued to play.
Yeah, he was a maniac.
Yeah.
He could do a lot of different things too. Funniest teammate, I'm kind of partial to the offensive linemen. They're just the funniest of all positions, in my opinion. In your experience, name some of the funny guys, I guess.
Oh yeah, linemen are characters. Some of the stuff they do, they're, not all of them. Some of them are a little gross.
Jumbo Elliott falls in the hilarious category.
No, he's very serious. No, he's a good guy. He's clean. But some of these guys, I would tell you, when they used to bring out the rookie linemen, they kind of initiate them and they'd offer them money to do stuff. One guy had to drink a whole bottle of Tabasco for a couple $100. One guy had to eat a stick of butter. But the worst one was a lineman used to shave the calluses off his feet and he saved the dead skin. So they put it on a salad, like Caesar salad, and they had a guy eat it for like $1,000. The guy ate the whole thing.
At least bad. He knew what he was getting himself into.
Oh, dude, it was so bad. Bad.
Yeah, I mean, at least he knew. I was waiting for the he didn't know part.
Nah, he knew. He watched him sprinkle it on.
Oh, we went from restaurant to meal to that one. That was a good transition. Favorite coach? Again, another tough one.
Yeah, I can't. Parcells, like I said, he's a guy I always wanted to play with. A guy I love to play with. Motivated me. But Herm Edwards, treated me like a pro. Towards the end of my career, helped me out a lot. Get through the last couple seasons. And I love him. He's a great guy. Very religious, but he didn't push it on you. Great motivator. He'd get on the field with you, run down on some punts and try to cover you off the line of scrimmage. So I really enjoyed my time with him. And
then when you were a youngster, he was the enemy for that one miracle in the Meadowlands when he picked up the fumble.
Yeah. I forget that. But like I said, just a different kind of guy. He knew the game. He played the game. So he knew how to deal with us, like physically and psychologically.
Right. Favorite band, some of the music you listen to, and maybe even before the game?
A big Creed fan. Always like Creed. Listen to everything. Yeah, like I toured with them for a couple spots.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, after one of the shows in Jersey, I stayed at my house after the show, which was pretty cool. But a lot of hip hop, Jay-Z, guys like that. Of course, Metallica and AC/DC if I want to get fired up. But music played a big part. It always played a big part in when I played, as far as, getting motivated, getting fired up. So, I loved, people don't, maybe it's a little distracting, but I loved when they played, over the loudspeaker games, the crazy kind of music and stuff like that. It just gets you amped up.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the 90s personally. I can't get out of it music-wise. Right. And MetLife does play a lot of classics still. They'll play a lot of classics on Sunday.
Yeah, they got a great DJ there, man. Like I said, it's good for you. See that one year, all the defense was jumping up and down and dancing.
Yes,
it gets you going, man.
Favorite vacation spot?
I'd have to say Atlantis in the Bahamas. We try to get down there every year with the family. There's something about it special, and then we go to Universal Studios all the time.
Okay,
staying like the Minions suite. It's all Minions all over the place. But I got young kids. I got a third grader, so we still go there, and the older kids enjoy it too. So anywhere we go together, we have a good time.
Favorite shore spot, Jersey?
We used to go to Long Beach Island a lot, but my son actually works at Point Pleasant, so we go there as much as we can to see him, and we just enjoy the boardwalk games and the rides and stuff like that. Just kind of nostalgic from when I was growing up in North Jersey. So Point Pleasant would be our spot. Yeah,
LBI was our family spot, and it's a great place. They just didn't have the boardwalk. That was the one drawback.
Well, I got Fantasy Island, but it's nothing like the boardwalk.
Fantasy Island. That was the best spot growing up. Favorite school subject? You majored in criminal justice, correct?
Right.
So growing up in school, did you have a favorite? Did you have a least favorite?
I was always a math guy. I loved math. Actually, on my SAT, I did awesome in math, and in the English part of it, I think I did as bad as you can do. Just never was my thing, but math was. But I was a sociology major in college at Hofstra. But it's kind of like criminal justice and stuff like that. But that interests me, crime and deviance, and I wanted to be in the FBI if I didn't play football. That's kind of like the direction I was going.
Not like the X-Files, right?
No.
Yeah. Toughest teammate?
Like I said, Brian Cox, he was crazy. He broke his leg and he stayed in there. And then I have to say my receivers, because we're out there knocking heads and blocking for each other, taking big hits. So all the receivers I played with. And then, you get guys like Vinny, who squats, I think, more than anybody on the team. People don't realize, that guys couldn't get him down. Defenses couldn't get him down, one guy. So I always admired how hard he worked in the weight room. Yeah,
there was some legendary stories about Vinny squatting.
Yeah,
back in the day. Toughest DBs.
I always say Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson. Rod Woodson was the end of his career, but he still was great. Aeneas Williams was great, but the tough guy to go against was Ty Law, because I went against him twice a year for a long time. Just had real heavy hands. Like once you get them on you, they're tough to get you off. But those are some of the best battles that I had when I played.
A few more left here. Toughest place to play and favorite place to play.
Oakland's tough. I don't think anybody likes playing in Oakland. The fans are rabid. They're going crazy, yelling at you. They got their face paint on, their spiked shoulder pads on. But I always said one of the toughest places, and my favorite places to play is in Kansas City. But it was tough because they all wear red. And the ball blends in because it's kind of the same color. The ball blends in sometimes on the, of course, the middle passes. So, but I love playing KC. As far as places I love to play, I always like to play at Miami. I always played that well down there. And then in New England, because they hated us.
Right.
And sometimes getting booed loud is as good as getting cheered loud. It does the same thing for you. So, they think it bothers you, but it actually gets you more fired up.
Right. In KC, the food is tremendous too, I hear.
Yeah.
What you miss the most?
Obviously, the first thing everybody says is the locker room. Camaraderie with the guys, miss the guys. And it's tough to keep in touch with guys because everybody's all over the country. But I miss the flyovers. going out there. Even coming out of the tunnel is great, but the flyovers before the game, I always got the hair up on my arms. Just love seeing that. Definitely a motivator. But if I could give something to someone, a friend or a family member, to let them get their name called and run out of the tunnel one time, I'd pay a lot of money just to get them a chance to experience that.
Favorite, this is going to be a tough one too. This will lead us into the end with the one question we have. Favorite pop culture moment. There's a lot. There's Elf, where your jersey was very prominent. There's a bunch of commercials. What's your favorite?
The Elf thing was great. I was surprised when the kid took his jacket off and he was wearing, I'm like, is that an 80? And then he turned around and I see Chrebet. I was like, that's pretty cool to be, because everybody's seen that movie multiple times every holiday. But as far as growing up, is all the Michael Jordan commercials, is the shoes and all those different ones. I always loved those things. But, just the commercials we did was with Nike. And we did something about changing Giant Stadium to Jet Stadium. So they had a thing where we're sneaking through the basement with a ladder and Christmas lights. And at the end of the commercial, you see it blinking Giant Stadium, and all of a sudden it says Jet Stadium. And then there was one where I was in the Giants locker room and I put crazy glue in their helmets, and they panned to the Giants players in the shower wearing their helmets because they couldn't get them off. There was a couple different ones, but just to be involved with some of those things was great.
Man, I don't remember those at all. It shocks me. I remember a lot of the Radio Shack ones with Boomer, but that question was from John Dabney, by the way. John, thanks for sending it in. Again, for mailbag folks, underdogjetspodcast@gmail.com, or reply on YouTube or Twitter. Subscribe and review at iTunes. That really helps out. And once again, this is a Believe production brought to you by Bet Online. Stay tuned. Keep in touch. Watch our Twitter accounts. Listen to the next episode, because we will give out the rules and guidelines for that giveaway. A free helmet personally signed by Wayne Chrebet. Wayne, any last thoughts?
Oh, great show. Hopefully people appreciate some of my answers, get to know me a little bit, maybe some things they didn't know about me, things they haven't read in the paper. So hopefully they enjoy it, and look forward to the next one.
I see a lot of high school kids getting Twizzlers, Tootsie Rolls, and Swedish fish. I love Swedish fish, but that's a great choice.
Right.
But I see that coming up this fall.
Right.
In mass.
Right.
Until next time, Jets fans, take care.
Take care.